How's everyone doing? Today I'll be doing an unboxing review for Tusk, directed by Kevin Smith, and this will be released by Lionsgate on December 30th, and this movie is crazy as heck. This is cinema absurd, one of the most ridiculous and over-the-top crazy movies I've seen in a while. It reminds me a lot of The Human Centipede. This is basically a black comedy monster movie. It's a black comedy horror movie, essentially. It's just so over the top. I had so many mixed emotions with this one. When I was watching, I was like, in the beginning, I was like, all right, this is pretty good. I like this. And then it hit a point where I'm like, I kind of hate this. And then by the end of the movie, I was like, all right, I appreciate this movie for what it is. It was having fun. It didn't take itself seriously. It was self-aware, and it's just crazy and over the top. And like I said, it's cinema absurd. If you like, just crazy, cheesy, campy movies, I think you'll really enjoy this one. I think you pretty much know what this movie is if you've heard about it and what it's about. Justin Long plays a podcaster who goes to Canada to seek out a story, and he's going to film this story, and instead that story ends up falling through, and he's in a bar bathroom, and he sees a paper on there talking about somebody who's looking for somebody to help out around the house in exchange for a room for rent, and he's talking about he's seen the world, and he's done all these adventures, so he goes there and figures, he'll make a story out of this instead, and from there he meets this crazy, eccentric recluse right there, played by Michael Parks, who is fantastic. I really loved him in Kevin Smith's Red State as well. I really enjoyed Red State. And this one, the one brief little bit of criticism I have with Michael Parks in this one is he chews up the scenery. Holy moly. And there are a few scenes where he's kind of mumbling and you can't really understand what he's saying. But besides that, he was awesome. He was, just ridiculous in his role. And the stories were actually, pretty entertaining. He's just going, off on these crazy tangents to how he met Hemingway and how he was, crashed off this boat and he had to swim to this island, and his only friend was this walrus that he named Mr. Tusk. And so quickly, Justin Long, who's the podcaster in here, whose name's Wallace, who I thought was that was an entertaining choice for the name, because you think Wallace the Walrus sounds like a children's book character. I'm surprised they didn't go with that name. It was more fitting than Mr. Tusk. But like I said before, Justin Long's character quickly finds out that he's in for way more than he expected when crazy Michael Parks decides to try to turn him into a walrus. And from there, it's just insane. The fight scene was so hilarious to me, and it's just a range of emotions. Like I said, it's just ridiculous. And Genesis Rodriguez, holy moly, is she stunning. Whew. Incredible. And Haley Joel Osment, he looks so different. You picture him for all the movies he did when he was younger. Very interesting role for him as well. And Johnny Depp in here. I hated Johnny Depp's character. It was just too ridiculous for me. And there's a quick scene after the credits as well with him in it, but it's really kind of a skippable scene. Doesn't really add anything to the movie. His character was very cartoonish. But overall, if you like, ridiculous, absurd, over-the-top, crazy-ass movies, check out Tusk. If you're expecting, a great masterpiece of a movie with emotions, well, there are crazy emotions all throughout, then, you're probably going to be disappointed. It's not your typical Kevin Smith per se, but there's a relationship aspect, and some of the backstory is shown through flashbacks and things like that. So it does, build up the character development in here as well, but you really check this movie out because it's just ridiculous, essentially. And let's go ahead and take a look at the actual Blu-ray release. It's a Blu-ray digital copy combo pack, and I love the artwork that they chose right there. There's Justin Long with walrus tusks. Completely insane. A naughty thrill, says IndieWire. I completely agree. Wild, wacky, grotesque, walrus fun. Kevin Smith's very best work. I don't know about that variety, but it's subjective. It's definitely his craziest work. I just keep saying crazy over and over because that's like the adjective that comes to mind with this movie. But I love that artwork. Fantastic choice right there. And there's the cast at the top. There's the spine. And I like the spine right there. They have the tusk at the top, which is pretty cool. And then the title and Blu-ray. And then there's the back. Goes over a quick synopsis of the movie. Some more quotes right there from different publications. I don't want to die in Canada. Oh yeah, I like that the guy from Epic Mealtime was in here as well. Brief cameo. That was pretty funny because he's from Canada, so. And let's go ahead and take off the slipcover. Trying to do this one-handed. There we go. So as you can see, the Blu-ray cover artwork is the same as the slipcover, as is the spine, as is the back. And I will go ahead and open this up. I will cover up the digital copy code right there and put that off to the side. I'm just showing you that it's actually there. And it's a recyclable case, and there's the disc artwork, or really just the title. I would have liked some disc artwork. That's always a nice added touch, but still, plain and simple. Kevin Smith film, Tusk. And I do like the special features on here. There's some good special features where Kevin Smith waxes poetic about essentially his film career and the making of Tusk, and just a lot of good special features, especially if you're a fan of Kevin Smith. So, there we go. There is the Blu-ray release for Tusk. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get the slipcover back on here with one hand. Alright, here we go. So yeah, Tusk, if you've seen it, definitely let me know what you think of it as well. I thought it was crazy, and you know, I'm going to keep it just because it's so, ridiculous and over the top. And again, cinema absurd is what I would call this aptly. Again, if you like movies like Human Centipede, Basket Case, kind of movies like that, I think you'll appreciate this. But if you're not into just ridiculous, campy, crazy black comedy horror movies, I would say skip it because it's probably not going to be for you. But I do think there's an audience out there for it and who will appreciate it. And like I said, I went through a range of emotions when I first was the first part of it. I was like, all right, I'm digging this. And then there's a point where I was like, really? It's a little bit much. And and then I was like, wasn't too sure about it. And then by the end, I really appreciated it for what it was. And like I said, it didn't take itself seriously. It was self-aware, and it was just a campy, fun thrill ride of ridiculousness. And that's Tusk. Check it out if you're into crazy movies. Again, let me know what you guys think about it. If you've seen it as well, leave me a comment or video response down below. And I hope everybody's doing well. Take care.